So it's basically like when the fear of staying the same outweighs the fear of doing something different, this is where we can create the change. And from there, we're able to let the rest unfold with a lot more ease. It's the first step that's always the hardest. Hello, my absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates. It's me, Stormie Grace, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of November 13th, where we are going to break down what is going on in the cosmic weather so that you have an opportunity to see how to work with what's coming, maybe do a little bit of planning. And if you think a lot about it, when we're looking at the weekly breakdown, it's really the same as watching a weather report. Like to the best of your knowledge, if you need to take an umbrella out of the house during the week, you want to be able to be prepared to do that. Of course, sometimes it rains and the weather person said absolutely nothing about it, or it rained and you like it and so you don't want an umbrella. So there's always a variable. But as we meet here is to try to get a pulse on what is going on in the cosmic sky to help you navigate better. And this week is no different. This week, as we're getting into the week, we are starting out with a new moon happening at 20 degrees of Scorpio. And that is absolutely cool because, first of all, it is the first moon after the eclipse time is over from Taurus and Scorpio axes. So we know that there's, first of all, been a lot of work happening around this scorpionic area for you in the first place, which for every single one of us, regardless of what house it is hitting in for you, it is about the deepest desires. It is about our deepest fears. It is about our pain points and how do we take a pain point and transform it to an asset. It's about learning more, deeper about ourselves and a willingness to change, to have the experience, to have the desires, to have some of the outcomes that we're saying we would like to experience. So for every single one of us, we have got a new moon starting out here on Monday at 20 degrees of Scorpio that is really an opportunity to plant the seeds of intention, to be shown the roadmap, shown the places that light up that need to innovate in you in order to make the changes that bring about the life that you desire to have. Now, this particular new moon is in connection with its ruling planet Mars, which is one of its ruling planets, Mars, which is absolutely fantastic. So first of all, what it gives us this signal is that it's a moon. It's internally motivated. Whatever is coming to you, whatever the intensity or the willingness behind transformation that is coming up for you with this particular moon, it is emotionally motivated. And then when we put that together with this Mars energy, then what you want to do, you have the energy, you have the action, you have the drive. It's the best combination of desire and taking actions towards your desire to make that happen that I think that we can get in a combination. Now, this particular moon is also going to be in opposition to Uranus, who's over in Taurus. Okay. So as we're experiencing this, Uranus is, first of all, it's a surprising, comes out of nowhere. I have a creative burst of genius kind of energy, right? But it is also so lightning and so unpredictable that anything can happen, and the anything can be something really phenomenal. One of the things I really think of is that this is about, when we're dealing with Scorpio, we're dealing with transformation. And sometimes in order to have this really big transformation, you have to be inverted. I have to be flipped upside down, or I have to see myself from an entirely different perspective before I have enough clarity to say, oh, if I desire this, if I want to go this direction, this is how I have to innovate. Here's the things that have to change, right? And I think that this Uranian energy has the potential just for that to happen. The other side of this is that we are still dealing with Scorpio energy. And so it's this idea that you may learn something about yourself Monday and over the next couple weeks that shows you where you need to release from an old value structure. Those beliefs, Taurus, fixed energy, something that's been here for a very long time, those possessions, that attitude, that aesthetic look, that understanding of money needs to adjust. You need to flip it and release it in some way. And what happens is that, we've got Mars involved in this, and Mars and Uranus opposing each other, both of these planets are absolutely willing to go to war for it, right? So on a mundane level, we can see that there may be more activity that comes under this, but on a personal level as well, Mars and Uranus both want to take action. So in this opposing energy, Mars is pulling one way and saying, I'm doing this, okay? And then we have Uranus pulling the other way saying, I'm trying to do this. And so these two, I want it my way, independent seeking, get it done energies can feel like I don't know which way to go. And so what's created is an internal dance that feels chaotic, or it feels tense, or it feels like I'm about to burst, or it feels like I feel like I'm under so much electricity and movement of energy that it can feel like you're in a box a little bit and the spring is getting tightened down and you're getting ready to pop out. So I would suggest on Monday, first and foremost, with Mars and Uranus in the mix, if you can do things like move that allow you to move your body, especially in ways that are safe, and allow you to take explosive movements. You know, if you're punching pillows, or you are swimming, or you are doing things that allow these sparks of explosion to leave your body in ways that are more controlled, so that you're not having some explosion in a way that you really don't want to be having it in your life and burning something to the ground, as opposed to being able to have this transformation of going, okay, I need to go this way, or I need to give myself more space to learn how to do something different in order to get to my desired outcome. So Monday, I think, is an energetically impactful day. I don't know that it is the absolute easiest day, but if you are looking for change, if you're ready to change, if you know what you want, even if you don't fully have the clear path how to get there, what you can be assured of is that the nodal work that happened here with that south node pulling things out, there is some BS, because Scorpio is also over the detox system. There is some BS, some caca that has been pulled out of your system enough that you can actually see what it is that you want, what you desire, and then maybe a willingness to move towards that. So it's pretty good. So we're also going to see, as we get to the end of the day on Monday, late night, and thus rolling into the Tuesday energy, that the moon gets out of Scorpio and moves into the energy of Sagittarius. So these are two very different energies. Okay, Scorpio is deep, and I'm really thinking deeply, and I'm getting into my pain, into my shame, and into my desire, and into my passion. You know, I'm getting into this very intimate, collaborative energy. And then you just like pop to the surface, you know, like you just popped out of a cake. When the sun gets into Sagittarius, you're like, I'm up for an adventure. This looks fun. This looks easy. Let's keep it easy. Let's keep it light. But there is this sense and a willingness, I think, at an emotional level, after seeing what you want and maybe is required, or what you learn, where the Sagittarius moon puts you in a position to say, I have the courage, I have the confidence to go learn how to do what I need to do to have this experience that I desire. And there's an ease that comes with it. I also believe that with the moon in Sagittarius, if you learn something about yourself, especially on Monday or whatever that looks like, and you learn that you have to actually back up before you can advance yourself forward, that's very much so the motion of the archer, right? Where he's got to pull that arrow back very, very far, get a good tug and a good tension on it before it can really be released forward. And that is a symbol of how we go a further distance, how we expand beyond our horizons. So the moon in Sagittarius, your emotional life is a little bit willing to take it easy, not take yourself so entirely serious, see where maybe you need to backtrack in order to really pursue the journey forward. On Wednesday, we've got Mercury in a sextile to Venus. Now, as these two are in a sextile, they're creating a pocket of opportunity here on Wednesday, and you're able to intelligently take action on it. So it's not just sitting here. There's an ease, there's a harmony, there's a play, and you get to be in it. So one of the things I would say is, first of all, it's a good day that if you haven't told the people in your life that you love them, If you haven't told the people in your life that you value them or you value how they show up, the world is the world, and people, even if you're around them every day, people need to sometimes just hear out of our mouths, Mercury. They need us to say it. They need us to write it. They need us to communicate clearly to them that we value who they are and how they're doing things and how they maybe make our lives better or easier, right? Like, these are really beautiful ways that you can take interest in someone else and really actualize this energy. Because along the journey of transformation and being willing to change and go towards what I really love, there's this position where we all have the opportunity to recognize our own vulnerabilities and go, I've been afraid to grow before. I've been afraid to step into a direction that is very different, even if I feel like the universe is leading me. And so I know what it's like to feel like I'm moving in a way that is good, that I'm doing something good. I'm showing up in a way on this worldly stage that is valuable. So it'll be a great day for that. Now, other things of value. Mercury is commerce, business savvy and commerce. So it is a great day to put all of the things that you don't want, you're ready to get rid of on Facebook Marketplace. It's great to take it out to the farmer's market, sell things. Venus and Mercury here together, that is literally like the internet and your money come together. Commerce and your money come together. It's a wonderful combination. So if you did need to sell something, or you needed to put out a contract, or you wanted to put out a bid, or you needed to call money to you in some way, this is an absolutely wonderful aspect. And it will work the same with networking as well. So if you did have a presentation to do, that you may be really wonderfully well received here on Wednesday. Now, later on Wednesday evening, we're going to see the moon move into a void of course position. So late Wednesday, moving through the beginning of Thursday, take it easy, enjoy the rest, enjoy the downtime before the moon is going to find its way into Capricorn. All right, moon in Capricorn. If you have moon in Capricorn in your natal chart, then you are experiencing your lunar return for the month. So make sure you check out your signature. If you're not sure how to do that and calculate that, you can click in the description box down below and check out my lunar return reports, or you can go watch the video that I made about lunar returns as well, because you maybe have a signature setting yourself up that is showing you over the next month what are the real themes and what is the nuance of what you're going to be experiencing. Now, for all of us and the rest of us who aren't doing a lunar return at this time, this is your once a month time emotionally to say, okay, where do I need to delegate things or let some things go because I'm doing too much management of my emotions? Or where do I need to get serious, right, in order to really make sure that I'm emotionally stable in what it is that I need? What plans do I need to put in place? What structures emotionally do I need to put in place so that I can process and move through emotionally the things that are happening around me? There's a lot of change that is on the wind that comes from that new moon happening this week. So do you have it? Do you have, your foundations under you? Do you feel like you have your foundations under you? Do you feel like you have a structure and a routine of how to live your life or how to make these changes? Because if you have that, and if you also, this is something I really think about with Capricorn, is that Capricorn, it's not like I just want the best of the best. It's not so much that. It's that I want people who know what they're doing to show me how to do what I'm trying to do, right? It's this, I heard this lady say this quote, and I thought it was very Capricornian. She's like, if you don't know how to tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. But if you know how to tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. And I was like, yes. And that's very much so, I think, where you're having an emotional check-in here as well, to be like, do I have people in my team? Who are the 5 people around me that I'm associating myself with? And are they moving in a direction that I want to be going? Am I moving and living in my being with purpose? And if not, where do I need to restructure and look at what has to happen for me to be doing that? That's, I think, a beautiful expression of that moon. Now, later in the day on Thursday, we'll see Mars come into this trine with Neptune. And again, the trine is a pocket of opportunity. So there's some ease that's available here. There may be an opportunity right outside of your front door, but with a trine, we don't just naturally take action on it. You have to go to the opportunity, right? You have to go to the opportunity. Now, I love this vibration. If you do anything that has to do with film, poetry, gaming, working in the space of the fantasy or the creative or something like that, I absolutely love it. I think that Mars trine Neptune is phenomenal for meditation and things like that pull us in between the worlds, but they make us take action to get there. I think that's why I see a lot, when I think about this aspect, people who are drawing or who are creating something, they need to take action on something in between the worlds. But maybe you are an architect of a variety. What are you an architect of? Maybe something you design and you build and you scale something, and you have to kind of pull it. You have to take the action of pulling it from here and putting it in a material plane in some way. So whatever this is, enjoy the energy. It's typically pretty nice, is my experience of it. And so you'll have this aspect to work with for a few days. So what is it that you need to take a little bit of action on? Where is it that, we've also got Saturn over here in Pisces. Where else in your life is it like, I have to stop talking about it, I have to be about it. I have to demonstrate that I have not just faith, because I know a lot of people who have faith and they are very unhappy, right? I have to have faith that the universe has got my back, that I can do this thing, whatever. But then I have to have action that demonstrates that I have faith, right? I'm taking action that looks like the universe has got my back, whether I fully believe it or not, And I've shared this example before, but I'm going to say it again, is that my spiritual teacher, when we're talking about faith and trust, talks about how you go to the circus and you're watching the person go across the tightrope, and you have some faith that they're going to make it across and do all their gymnastics or whatever, because you have some faith that they've probably done it a whole bunch of times and they're going to do it. But when you have faith, that's cool, there's a belief, but do you have trust? When they bring out the wheelbarrow and ask for volunteers to get in the basket going across, are you in the wheelbarrow? That's faith plus trust, right? So what are you doing that demonstrates the faith and the trust, and you're taking actions, Mars, that looks like you actually have that faith? All right, on Friday when we get up, now we've got the sun in that trine to Neptune. So the sun is bringing light, heat, life, and vitality. I'm motivated to do this. I want this to happen, right? I want this to be seen. I want to shine like this. Now, trine that beautiful Neptunian energy, it's highly creative. It's highly creative. It's highly charitable. It's highly forgiving. It's connected. It's a source of connecting with your spiritual being and really living from it. So as you hear me say that and you're thinking about this trine that's happening here, this water trine, what is it that you really want and that you desire, that you've been experiencing during Scorpio season, or that you're learning about yourself, that's feeling more and more and more like, I'm going to have to reach into a really spiritual place in order to make this happen, because I've tried to do this by myself 100 times. I've tried to get this started. I've tried to just believe in myself, and it's going to take me reaching into a spiritual connection in order to make this happen. And sometimes I think that the most spiritual thing that we do is change our minds, right? That I don't have to travel this road by myself. I don't have to be the one to figure it out. I can ask for help. I can share my gift. Whatever that is, the sun trine this Neptune is leaving this space for, first of all, enjoying the energy, enjoy it, but also reaching into a spiritual place to have this experience of, I don't have to carry this all by myself. I can actually let the universe do a lot of heavy lifting. That's a good place to be, especially when we start off the week and it's like, whoa, there's this unfolding of transformation and of information about myself and this opportunity to move things forward. And then the rest of the week is kind of like, okay, I've accepted some truth and now I'm really ready to let the universe rock and roll and to meet my life with a little bit more ease. I love that. As we get to the end of the day on Friday, we've got the sun and Mars rock and rolling together. So really what I'm motivated to do and what I'm willing to actually take action on, these two are coming together. But it's also this energy, I think, of joining, right? It's joining. These two are meeting in the energy of Scorpio, which is a deeply joined, intimate energy. I need to be deeply connected and take action with another resource that can see into me in order to make the changes. So if you needed to you were wanting to learn about your finances and you need to get a financial planner, you need to do your taxes, you need to really be honest about what's going on over there. You need to get a therapist. You need to get a business coach. You need to talk to somebody about what's going on in your household or your parenting or what's going on with your reproductive organs. Are you struggling with private things like hemorrhoids, and who wants to talk about that, right? But there has to be a joining and a coming together. And when the coming together happens, there is success that is achieved. It's a fantastic aspect for that. Saturday, we're going to see the moon move void, of course, and then it will move into the vibration of Aquarius to take us through the rest of the weekend. So, in Aquarius, one of the things I think of is, where do you need to innovate? Emotionally, where is it like, it's time for me to let go of that story? That's not working anymore. Emotionally, where has there been something that gets you off the fence as the moon gets into Aquarius, right? You're like, all right, no, I need to go ahead and emotionally drop that rock and get into a different position. The other side of Aquarius moon that I'm thinking of is where there's this space for understanding some level of healthy detachment, which is like, I didn't cause it, I can't cure it, right? Like I love this person, I love these people, I love this company, but some things are not mine to take on. And so having that detachment. But the other side is looking around life and going, where have I really detached? Where have I detached from a connection to myself? Where have I detached from a connection from my true essence, which teaches me about what I need, what I want, where my boundaries are. And I've got to have a little bit of a look at that and see where there is some enmeshment or maybe some detachment. Where is there stuff going on in the world and it's bogging me down so much with so much information, nervous system overstimulation, that I'm feeling too exhausted to grow on my own path, or I'm feeling compassion fatigue, or I'm feeling media fatigue. What's going on, Aquarius, in the outside world, in the tech with humanity, that may be too much for me to be taking on right now, and I have to see where I need to take a step back, right? So that energy will carry us with that moon in Aquarius all the way through Sunday before we get ready to move into the 20th of November on Monday, where we will reach the first quarter moon. We're going to see the moon move into Pisces. We're going to see the sun come into a sextile with Pluto, and that is all happening next week. So this week, enjoy some information about transformation. Enjoy what you learn about yourself. Continue to get clear on what it is that you really, really want. Do only the part that you can do for the world, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. You're taking care of those around you. You eat something well, and to the best of your ability, you're not being treated bad by anyone, and you're not treating anybody badly. All right, my beautiful friends, I love you a ton. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.